Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Morocco TV. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Me and my ex-husband broke up, and then I got lonely, met a guy, and I think things moved really fast. I don't know, I thought it was fate. Clearly it wasn't. It didn't work out. He broke up with me. He was done. Dating is just hard.
It was
you guys. Just like hard to imagine finding someone. It's hard to imagine there's a world where there's like someone who's actually meant for you. So hopefully I find someone. Like I tear up every time I say that because I don't believe I'm going to.
I would give the pain a 10. A lot of people do tell you it's not that bad and things like that, but me personally, it hurt it really bad.
So from what I'm hearing, this Muppet's marriage fell apart because she was chasing fame and putting interviews before her husband and kids. She apparently even missed her daughter's birthday party to do an interview in bed with Drake, where even he called her a bad parent.
You missed your daughter's first birthday for
To be here.
Dark. Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
Yeah.
Where's your son?
Somewhere
Shout out to
safe,
Drake
and
for
it's not his
calling her out on
birthday.
It doesn't really work that way.
What do you mean? I did the thing with the hand.
Yeah, no, that's not actually real.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go?
Nope.
When I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce, I texted my therapist, our marriage counselor, and I was like, I need to tell him that I want a divorce, but I want to do it in a session so that there's like a mediator present. Got us in like ASAP, like 2 days later. And I walked in knowing that I was going to ask for a divorce. We sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? Therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. You know, it's hard for me to like say the words. I'm done. I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? He responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details.
Nice.
And that was that. I looked at my therapist and I was just like kind of stunned. I knew that I was ready to leave, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy, there was no compassion, there was no like wanting to fight for us.
What empathy and compassion did you show this man before you set him up in a therapy session to break up with him?
think that there would be, but you know, you just always hope that like one last try. We went home that night. We didn't speak. He slept on the couch. I woke up and went to work the next day, came home. He was playing PlayStation that night. I sat next to him. We hadn't talked in 24 hours. I said, can we talk about what happened yesterday? And he was just playing, just looking straight ahead. And he's like, what's to talk about? In my mind, I'm thinking, this is our last ditch effort to like steer this ship around, you know? And I was like, so.
No, you already steered it into the freaking cliffs. It's too late.
So what are we gonna do? And he just kept playing and he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. He had done things. Within that 24 hours, he had opened up the filing folder of his single man life and went ahead and got all this shit done.
Man, just listening to her now for a minute, watching her chomp on those biscuits has made me want to throw my phone out the window. So you can't blame the fella for taking his opportunity and divorcing the donut.
Tomorrow is officially one of the biggest and most important days of my entire life. Tomorrow is my divorce day, and it's been a lot, to say the least. This moment I have equally dreaded and looked forward to, and the fact that it is now coming to an end officially tomorrow is mind-blowing. I cannot wait. I'm so impressed and proud of myself that I have been able to get through this divorce.
Stop patting yourself on the back for stupid, useless achievements of divorce.
Alone.
Shut
to be 25
up.
years old and doing something of this caliber is huge. I am the youngest out of my friends to be married.
This
and I'm
caliber.
the youngest out of my friends to be divorced. So I'm gonna hold that with a lot of pride.
Why is she talking about divorce at 25 years old like it's some sort of achievement? Your relationship failed. It's not something to boast about on social media, you muppet.
Many months later.
Tomorrow's Christmas, and I'm just crying because of how hard it's been. I feel like I'm trying to prove to myself I can be strong. It's really painful to have the loss of everything.
Women.
Not having my husband.
Yeah, you're not so proud now, are you donut?
I want to be independent. I don't need a man. I can do this all on my own.
A few moments later.
I just found out today My ex-husband is engaged and I'm unwell. And like, even though, yes, it was me that was like, hi, I want divorce. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. It brings up all these feelings. It brings up all this like stuff. And we have a kid and it brings up all this stuff around him.
I bet she thought she'd get a divorce, get a better man, live a better life. And now she's seeing her husband live her dream and she's pissed off. She can't handle it.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Guess who's single again? It's okay. You know, I've just come out of a marriage. Sarah's single.
Shout outs to HL Talk That Thought. It seems like Arako got a lot of these clips from his archives of just each episode of all of these women.
I feel good.
3 days later.
I'm doing really ugly crying. Because, oh, I didn't know my cat was in here. 2 months before I was
she's pretty much complete with the cat.
Oh, I'm just really realizing that my marriage is over and it's really bad. Oh, I'm really sad.
Even though I don't want to be with him anymore, there is a part of me that wants him to still want to be with me. And when I kind of think about like what gets me upset or why am I so sad about certain things, you know, of him wanting to also go through the divorce, you know, if I don't want to be with him.
A lot of these women file for divorce expecting their husbands to beg them to stay, and when the husband moves on they get pissed off. It's like they want to be happier while the men remain miserable.
That's exactly what they want.
Fair. That is not fair.
Like, they want to be happy, but they want their husbands to be miserable.
Do you want to become a miserable old woman? I don't think any of us do. You've seen those women out there. The women that are nattering and nagging their husbands, that are bitchy, that aren't nice, that seem to be so unhappy, and we think, oh God, I hope I'm never one of those miserable old women. That happens from raising a family, working, and then all of a sudden we're in our 50s and 60s and we have nothing. We don't have a life. We don't have a life separate from our family or separate from our husband. And
why do you need a life separate from that? When your family's a good family, it makes it awesome.
So we resent everybody. I did it. Here I am. It's amazing. I feel like a different person already. I feel like I can do whatever I want and I'm not responsible for anybody anymore but me. I don't know. Things aren't going that great. I didn't know. I guess I did know. I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship.
They always want their man again once they can't do better, but he does.
Mm-hmm.
So here it is. In case you didn't know, and this applies to both men and women, being cheated on is traumatizing as fuck.
Agreed.
I was married for 21 years and cheating was never an issue in our marriage. In fact, that was the least of my worries. I never had to worry about it. I never thought I did. I never had a feeling that I had to worry about it. Never on either side. And then I got divorced and I come into the dating field and it is a absolute shit show. And if I had any idea what I was getting myself into, I probably would have stayed married.
She had a husband, but
So why did you get a divorce in the first place? You thought you could do better, but you couldn't, right?
He was too much of a good guy, so she divorced him because she thought she was more special. She needed a bit more adventure. And now she's done that, she's gone in a dating world and men don't respect her. She's not that special and she realises she can't do no better.
If I had known this, it would have saved me from a second divorce. Every choice you make stems from what you believe you deserve. After my divorce, no confidence. It was my mission to get into another relationship and fall in love. Like, I needed to prove to myself that my divorce was the right decision. I needed someone to make me feel like I was worth loving. I didn't know how to do that for myself. And when you're coming from that place of lack, you choose the wrong partners. And here's divorce number 2.
Another one.
You know, life after divorce. As a woman, I would honestly sit here and say, as much as I've made the decision and the choice to divorce my husband then, I also regret it. I don't regret it because I still loved him, but I regret it because I feel like I denied my children the right and the opportunity to have what people call a normal family. Now today I'm sitting with kids who are in the statistic of divorce. So as much as I've divorced, I would never ever advise anybody to go through a divorce.
Let me know. Shout outs to you for like understanding and admitting that you made a mistake and you're trying to guide other people to not make the same one.
What you think in the comments. Is it better for children if parents divorce or stay together in an unhappy or toxic relationship?
What's the one thing you wish everyone...
Why is it always the unhappy toxic relationship? Can you just not be happy and you still get the job done, get everything done, live cordially in lieu of the family, and for the family instead of just being miserable with each other?
Everyone around you knew about getting divorced.
Everyone always prepares you that whenever you're going through a divorce, losing your husband or wife, you go through a grieving process, grieving for the loss of your marriage. But one thing that they really don't prepare you for is the loss of your best friend, the person that you always wanted to tell your day. And I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together. Just having that desire to have them as a friend.
I'll tell you one thing that is clear is all these donors that share all their personal lives on the internet with strangers need Michael.
Get some help.
You know, I don't think I've seen very many or any videos of men regretting divorces or like that they initiated divorce and then regretted it or anything. We always get men that are devastated by divorce, but they always try to bounce back and fix everything. That's the best thing about us. We don't go crying on the internet looking for sympathy. No, we buckle down, dig ourselves out of the hole, and then build a mountain for ourselves. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that.